Hello there, and welcome to what will now be known as midlife fitness. Not crisis, there's no crisis here. The goal here is just to share some information about health and maybe some fitness ideas, maybe some food ideas, and talk a little bit about longevity. How can we make our lives meaningful? So, is this for you? Well, I don't know. I guess that's up to you, right? If you're happy, if you're healthy, if you feel stable with your life, if you're living the way you want to live, then that's your choice, and I'm happy for you. So, this is certainly not for you if everything in your life is the way you want it to be. So, you get to choose what you want from life. I'm not here to tell you what to do, and you don't need anybody to do that, quite frankly. So, you can check us out, see if this is a fit for you, and move on as you please. I'm still heavy myself, so I'm not going on about anything I don't already know, and more importantly, something I'm no longer dealing with. I'm still dealing with this issue on my own, so I've made some progress, but I'm not anywhere near my final goals. I don't even know what those are, and we'll get into goals at another point in time as well. So I just decided I want to share what I'm doing the rest of the way with you, and I probably need this more than you do in all likelihood. I'm looking to share and learn, and hopefully we can do some of that together. That's kind of the intent. So, what's this blog about? Well, you're going to hear a phrase that I've kind of came up with for myself, my own self mentally, and I call it wash, rinse, and repeat. Wash, rinse, and repeat. I'll discuss a little bit about what that means to me a little bit later. But the blog is really about life change. It's about longevity. It's about health. None of which I can promise. I mean, I'm not here to try to make you any of those things. You have to put that work in on your own. My thoughts are shared with you to perhaps help in some way as I actually understand the struggles. So I go through them myself every day. So what makes me different than most of the other people that would talk to you in blogs about weight? Well, I've dealt with many of the common reasons people become heavy, including genetics, clinical depression, anxiety, the works, you name it. I've dealt with that in some way myself. So some of this comes as a result of, emotional discontent, which can be derived from things like abuse, childhood bullying, family suicide, general lack of comfort in being in my own skin. Oh, and I do like food, so there's that. So I don't intend to go into more details about all the things I talked about, just that if you think I can't relate, there's a good possibility I maybe do in a way that you don't know. I'm not going to relate to everybody, but if those are some of the reasons that might be causing you issues, then there's a good chance I have some understanding. So some of you are definitely going to have this sort of baggage, but I really hope that many of you don't. So I want to talk a little bit about the key player to me, and that's emotions and the role of weight. So the realization that I had was that really a lack of personal emotional control has likely been the number one source for the reason that I eat too much. So I think emotions are a good thing. Without emotions, you wouldn't have love. You wouldn't have visual things like art. You wouldn't have empathy and understanding for how others feel or think. So emotions play a key role in our existence. Everybody needs to have emotions. But they are a horrible combination when it comes to food. So what do I mean by that? Well, you can't really eat your way out of a feeling. I think that some of us try to do that. When you confuse emotions and your feelings, and you need a way to exercise those demons and you deal with it through consumption. There's no two ways about that, you know. The problem with that is it results in pushing you into this cycle, this circle where you're trying to stop this emotional control of food, but the existence of it, the existence of the stresses in your daily life, the things that cause you grief, and oftentimes the way you feel about yourself, physically and mentally, put you in a trap. And the only way you know how to deal with the trap is through food, is through the sense of taste, or just, I don't know if I have the perfect description for it. But if you feel like you can't get up and move, or you not taking other methods to deal with your anxiety, your stress, the things that are bothering you, you go to the things that make you feel good. And food has a way of doing that in a manner that not a lot of other things do. So honestly, I think a big part of the challenge here is to take your emotions and put those into the physical aspects of weight loss and keep them away from the food. So what do I mean by that? Well, I mean, rather than having a bite to eat as a way to solve your issues, why not go take a walk? The endorphins that burn in your system, when you go for that walk, you'd be surprised exactly how much more that does for you than eating that snack, than eating a brownie, than eating a hamburger or something that's really not good for you. So I like to deal with my emotions through exercise now, and I've kind of learned that it's a learned skill. It's not something that you develop overnight. And so when we start talking through some of the steps and what I did and what I'm still doing, I'm hoping that you'll pay close attention to that and give it a try. The other part of it is I put it into the music that I listen to. So I personally like aggressive music, but it doesn't really matter what type of music you like. The music is the emotion, the flow, the feeling. Allow that to help temper your emotional output, if you will. So, really, it's just find whatever there is, whatever makes you happy in life. That's not food. Try to take some of that energy and put that emotional energy into that, and then take your mind and clear it. I want you to take your mind and clear it of the emotion when you're dealing with food, when you're dealing with food intake. You need to start asking yourself the questions, do I need to eat this? Is this really something I need to have? I'm not telling you not to eat the things that you want. In fact, I'm telling you the exact opposite. You need to eat the things you want. You need to think about how much that you're eating. When we talk about diet, I don't really want to call it a diet because I eat the things that I want. I'm careful and measured about how I do it. Especially early on, if you're severely overweight, if you're more than 30 pounds overweight, which I was and am still. So, I started around 324 pounds. I'm weighing in right around 270 pounds. So I've made progress. I've lost over 50 pounds. But I still want to lose at least another 50, if not 70 pounds. I don't know where that is going to be. And that's another part of this, goals. I don't have a specific goal in mind, just to feel healthy. So I want you to clear your mind and think about food from a technical aspect. Eat the things that you want, but be ordered about it. Be precise about it. Don't eat for emotion. Eat because you need to eat. But still eat the things that you want. Just be measured. Here's another thing I'm going to tell you that most, I don't know if most would tell you that. It's okay to gain weight. I don't mean today. I mean, as we go through this process, there are going to be highs and lows. I've had highs and lows. I, in fact, in the last several days gained weight. How does it happen? It's a holiday week. I got exercise just one time this week. When I normally go 3 to 5 times a week to the gym, I went only one time. I had some alcohol. Alcohol is okay, you can have it, but in a measured way. But this brings up my little saying from earlier. Wash, rinse, repeat. What does that mean? Well, here's what I want you to do. If you make a mistake, if you start this process, start this journey with me, and you get through a couple of weeks and things are looking good, but then you make a slip up. You eat something you probably wish you wouldn't have. You step on the scale one day and it says a number that's higher than what you expected it to be. Well, I want you to think, wash, rinse, repeat. Wash it out of your mind, rinse it out by drinking plenty of water, and then repeat the steps you were using before this process started. So I want you to let it go, because that's the only way you're going to succeed. It's okay to make a mistake. Just wash, rinse, and repeat. Can you say it with me? Wash, rinse, and repeat. Okay, folks. Well, this is a fun journey. I hope that many of you will consider joining me if for no other reason than to just listen to what I have to say on occasion. But there's more coming. I have a friend, Aislinn, who is going to help mentor with food in the coming weeks. And we'll be talking more about a whole different process of things here. And I'm not going to label them all off now. But we got a lot of things to talk about in the future, and I hope that you get something out of this, and I hope you have a great day. Till next time. Midlife fitness, not a crisis. Goodbye.